Wind and solar dedicated, and a song for the licensing authority on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Monday, June 25th, 2012. I'm Sarah Colvin. Under a blazing hot sun on Friday afternoon, the two wind turbines and solar array at the town's water pollution control facility were officially dedicated. Staff and supporters gathered in the middle of the solar array to hear from town leaders and project organizers.
I don't know about you, but when it's 90 degrees, generally the first place I think of to come to cool off is the water pollution control facility. So I'm certainly enjoying today. Each year for the past 5 years, the town council has supported the administration's effort to have a green initiative. And under the leadership of Fred Chirigotis and the councils, they've funded a wide variety of projects that have helped us to reduce our energy consumption, to buy hybrid vehicles, to hire an energy coordinator so that we could pull some of these projects together.
I want to just congratulate the town of Barnstable for its visionary leadership. I get to go to a lot of ribbon cutting ceremonies to bless projects like this. This is the most impressive one that I have been to. It has solar, wind, and energy efficiency. It's a triple bank shot, it's a triple win, and you should be congratulated for thinking and making this happen. This is great leadership on your end. You all know that wastewater treatment plants are major users of energy, and we've been delighted to work with local communities to try to move towards different forms of energy that can not only help with reducing our greenhouse gas emissions, but also at the same time save money for the towns. And that's what this project is all about.
This is an exciting day, certainly for our department and our town and our community. I remember when the manager, probably about a decade ago, challenged us, and the council challenged us to move forward with a green initiative and more innovative approaches. First person I went to was our Division of Water Pollution Control supervisor, and we talked about all of his efforts that had already begun well before that. He had began studying wind out here, and he was looking at other innovative approaches to his energy usage and improving the various motors and pumps that he used. So that was kind of the seeds that were planted, and what you see all around us here today is that coming to fruition.
On the count of three, we'll do this, all right? Okay. Gentlemen, step in, ladies, step up. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
The solar array and turbines are expected to generate half of the energy needed to run the large facility. The $5.8 million project was paid for through federal stimulus funds. The Barnstable Licensing Authority met this morning and literally made one applicant sing for its license.
The Highness Sound is a 10-man a cappella group. We've been on Cape Cod for now. This is our 20th year. We hold an alumni show every year. I don't know how long we've been doing it at Barnstable High School, but at least 5 or 6 years. And yeah, we'd love to be able to perform there again this year.
The approval will hinge on whether or not you're as good as you were last year, so let's hear it.
Ooh, baby. Here I am, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours.
The license for the Hyannis Sound's annual alumni concert, set for August 4th at Barnstable High School, was approved. The newly opened Beech Tree Cantina restaurant has been doing great business since it opened on Main Street, Hyannis, this spring. The owners are ready to open more of the Beech Tree Alley and were before the licensing authority today to request an alteration of premises.
Really what we're here today for is to give the last remaining tools that we need for success of this particular establishment. I'd like to applaud the commission and the authority, I should say, for recent decisions that also give tools to other establishments for outside entertainment, both on Main Street and on Ocean Street. It's vital to the survival of these businesses. Without giving the tools that they need to succeed, it's very, very difficult in this environment, in this business environment today. So what do we have? What are we asking for? Well, for the inside, we're really not changing anything other than reducing the number of seats in the coffee shop. you had approved 60 seats. We're reducing it down to 50 seats, just to give more space. Once it's all built out, you can see the logistics to see how well they can operate in the space that they have. We moved the projected or prospective entertainment on the inside to a different location in the coffee shop. I think before we start talking about the rear patio, I do want to say that I'm proud of what my client has done over at this establishment. In fact, what they did is everything and more that they said that they were going to do. They represented to this authority that this was going to be a classy operation, and what they've done is they put their wallet right out there and they spent the money to ensure that this is going to be a success with your indulgence.
The Beech Tree is also hoping to add entertainers at the outdoor back bar. Some concern over noise was raised by the board. One neighbor appeared to voice her opinion.
My name is Erin Kennedy. I'm here in support of Bill and also Mr. Miller. I live under the Beech Tree at 615 Main Street. Literally, the Beech Tree is on my deck. I've been there for 2 years. I have 2 teenage daughters. We moved into that unit because of the safety for my 2 daughters while I'm working. Since they have done construction and been cleaning up the area, like they said, there are no drug dealers underneath our tree. There are no homeless people sleeping underneath there. The entertainment that's been there has not been a bother. If it does get loud at night, we shut our doors. We can hear nothing. As was said earlier, we expected noise when we moved there. It's Main Street. Anybody who has a problem with that, like they said, move to Centerville or Marston's Mills. I just want to thank them for cleaning up the area. I'm looking forward to hearing the a cappella group underneath my deck. And hopefully you will pass this, because my children and I are looking forward to some entertainment this summer. Before the vote, Director of Regulatory Services Tom Geiler had some comments regarding the noise aspect of the license request.
I think the licensing authority has been very responsive to industry over the years, and will continue to do that. This establishment has certainly come a long way. The quality of the work that's been done, the improvements that have been made are second to none. The only issue here is that contrary to what Mr. Trawick was saying, there are regulations that require the noise be maintained on your property. There's an expectation from the neighbors, from those regulations, that they're not going to be interrupted or imposed on by the noise. The difficulty that we have is in a corridor like this is it's going to be very, very difficult to comply with that regulation, so that the noise aspect of it, depending on the complaints that come in. I don't think that the police department is going to be down there trying to hear noise or anybody else from the town. But with respect to the number of residents that are in that area, that problem is a potential problem.
The licensing authority approved the Beech Tree Cantina's alteration of premises request. 2 show cause hearings were also on this morning's agenda. One for RCSJ Group doing business as Fresh Catch was scheduled due to violations of the licensing authority's rules, including an overcapacity crowd, unapproved changes to movable furniture, and issues stemming from a fight inside the restaurant back in May. That hearing has been postponed to the licensing authority's July 30th meeting. You can view today's meeting in its entirety online at town.barnstable.ma.us. With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin.